Advanced Java. So advanced Java, since Java can be used to develop all kinds of software. Since Java can be used to develop all kinds of software applications. So it is called as a programming suite. What you call? Since Java can be used to develop all kind of software application, so it is called as a programming suite. Programming suite. Okay. So here Java can be divided into modules. Can be divided into which one? Java can be divided into three modules. They are one JSE Java Standard Edition, two J2E Java Enterprise Edition, which one? JME Java Mobile or Micro Edition. Yeah, guys, here Java can be divided into three modules. One is a J2SE or JSE. We can call as a Java Standard Edition. Second one J2E Java Enterprise Edition. Third one is the JME. So now we are going to discussing about JSE. What is the JSE? Like abbreviation you know about JSE. So what are the things it have available in JSE? We are going to see that one. Okay. So it is installable software. It is a installable software as JDK. J2SE. How to say about the J2SE? J2SE is a installable software as a JDK software. Latest version is which one? Latest version is JDK. Which one? 1.8x. Okay. Latest version is 1.8x. So this model given to develop standalone application, desktop application, two-tier application. Okay. This module is given which one is given to develop which one standalone application, desktop application, two-tier application. Next one, the application that is specific to one computer and contains main is called standalone or which one standard application. How to say about standalone application? The application which one that is specific to which one computer and contains main method is called as a standard or standalone application. Okay, the application that is specific to one computer and contains main is called as a standard or standalone application. Okay, the standalone application that contains GUIs is called as desktop application. The standalone application that contains GUI GUIs is called desktop application. Which one? Desktop application. So here desktop application. How to say about desktop application? Like here, how to say about JTS here? So it is installable software as a JDK. If you want to work with like J2SE application, so required for J2A like JDK. Our latest version is a 1.8. This model is given to develop standard application, desktop application, okay, standalone as a desktop application, two-tier application. So these are the comma here. standalone application, comma desktop and two-tier application. Desktop and two-tier application. Okay, the application that is specific to one computer and contains main method is called as a standard or standalone application. The standard application that contains GUINS is called as a which one? Desktop application. These are the J2SE. Now we are seeing about how to say about GUINS. How to say about GUINS. Now observe here. So here I'm going to draw for one GUINS application. So this is for which one? In computer, this is a mission means computer. Inside the computer, I'm going to develop for an application. So, but inside the computer, which one we have? We have which one? We have one JVM. Inside the computer, we have one JVM. So, what about this one? So, this is a JVM. What about this one? This is the which one? Machine one. This is the machine one. And here, if you want to develop for standard application Java, we have to know about which one? We have to know about AWT or Swing, AWT or Swing frame window app. AWT or Spring frame window app. So inside here, so this is for AWT frame window. We have one text box. This is a value 1. This is a value 2. This is a value 2. So here, this is the add button and this is the sub. So this is the AWT. The application that contain two layers communicating with each other is called two-tier application. So here, the application that contain two layers communicating with each other is called as a two-tier application. A layer represents logical partition in the application having the logic. A layer representing logical partition in the application having logic. So here, when come to the standard application, so the standard application which contain main method to develop or to interact with which one? To develop and to interact with which one? Like a computer, OS computer. Here, JVM is the one layer. JVM is one layer, and mission one is the OS is another layer. So this is the two-tier application. In this application, we are communicating with mission one and a layer called JVM, and mission one itself we have OS. OS like it may be any OS and JVMs to communicate OS and JVM only. So by using OS and JVM, we are developing for AWT Spring Frame Window app. So in this one, value 1, value 2 are there. So whatever the values are given, either we are finding for either which one, addition or subtraction. We are finding that one. And one more is like the layer of two-tier application can be there in a single computer or can be there in a two different computer. Okay. So here socket based programming like a client side application. So now you can see here the layer of two-tier application can be there in a single computer or can be there in a two computers. Not a issue. Okay. This is a machine 1 and this is a machine 2. So entire thing comes under one machine. Okay, entire thing is comes under one machine. So here, this is the client app JVM, and this is the server app JVM. This is the client app JVM, and this is the which one? Server app JVM. And here, what is this one? Machine 1. Machine 1. And here, which one? This is the client app, and this is the server app and JVM. Layer 1 or tier 2, tier 1. Anything we can say is like layer or tier. Anything you can call layer 2 or which one? Tier 2. Okay, this is the so two tier application or two layer application. So this one is the one way. If the application it may be a depend on one mission is also called as a two tier application. Or sometimes the application the layer of two tier application can be there in a single computer or can be there in a two different computer. So this one also we can call as a two tier application. Here how to communicate these two things? We require for some images now. Required for some images. So here this one is communicating like this, and at the same time this one also communicating here. So two-tier application. Two-tier application can be a single machine or a two machines. Anything can be a two-tier machine. So to execute for multiple Java application parallelly or simultaneously from single computer, multiple JVMs will be activated simultaneously or parallelly. So here in this one computer only executed only one JVM, one computer. But in this one, to execute for multiple Java application, to execute for multiple Java application parallelly or simultaneously from a single computer, multiple JVMs will be activated simultaneously or parallelly. So here one JVM is there, here one other JVM is there. So by using in this one, so multiple JVMs will be activated parallelly or which one? Parallelly or like all the things simultaneously. These things is happened. So applet is not a desktop application. It is a compiled Java class that can be sent over the network as a web page, given as a alternate to the HTML. Some people are think that applet is a which one? Some people think that applet is a which one? Applet is a desktop application. Don't think like applet. So earlier days we have applets. Okay, applet is not a desktop application. Which one is not a desktop application? Is not a desktop application, and and it is a compiled Java class that can be sent over the network as a web page, giving alternate HTML based from. So Applet is not a desktop application. It is a compiled Java class that can be sent over the network as a web page, giving alternate to the HTML based from pages. Okay, that is for which one? JSE and JSE concepts. So what are the JSE concepts? To develop for JSE application, we require for some JSE concepts or not? So JSE concepts. Now we are going to already we discussed like which one? Two-tier application or which one? Two-layer application. Already we know about JSE. So how to develop for JSE? Which concepts we require? So AWT or which one? Or swing or collection framework. JDBC, JNDI, nothing but Java naming and directory interface. Okay, etc. So using these concepts, we are going to develop for which one? JSE concepts. The alternate technology for JSE modules are because alternate. So if you are using for Java means you are using AWT, Swing, collection framework, JDBC, JNDI. These things you are using. Okay, collection framework, JDBC, JNDI. These all are which one? Collection framework. Okay, JDBC and JNDI and etc. To develop for JSE applications. So the alternate technology for which one? JSE module. If you are going to other than Java technology means VB like VB Tech, VB and VB.NET. Okay, and D2K, but this technology but the technology, these technology-based applications, but these technology-based applications are are platform dependent and architectural specific. Architecture specific, which one? Whereas the JSE module application are architectural and platform independent. Okay, so alternate technology for JSE modules are what? Alternate technology for JSE modules. VB, VB.NET and J2K, J2 like D2K, but these technology based applications are platform independent, because if you developed one application in Windows means that application only suitable to Windows. So you have to develop for separate application with the Linux, Solaris, Mesentos, like different OS required for different kind of architecture. So if you are using for D2K, VB, VB.NET, C Sharp, these are the architectural specific, whereas the JSE modules applications are architectural neutral and platform independent. Okay, so but the C++ like a generated .exe file not only contains the operating system related instruction, but they also contain instruction related to underlying computer architecture. Due to this, we can say C++ language is also platform dependent and architectural specific. Platform dependent and architecture specific. Okay, so these are the J2SE. Guys, in this one J2SC, do you have any queries? Now I will move to the which one J2ME, because Java can be divided into the three modules. Java can be divided into the three modules. One is the J2SC, J2E and J2ME. So these things we are going to discuss. So J2SC already we discussed, the application which is directly installable in the system and which contain main method. So this J2SC applications contain OS and JVM related information. Okay, so that is for J2SE. Up to now, guys, here J2SE. Do you have any queries? At least say for like which one? Uh, Messages. Like Shiv Srinath.
Sir,
Yeah, do you have any queries?
yeah, I was just joined in two
Okay,
minutes back, sir. I will listen
okay,
the class tomorrow after this
oh,
one. Okay,
okay, okay,
okay. I don't know actually.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Next one is the JEE. So JEE. So JEE means Java Enterprise. Java Enterprise Edition, and it is not installable software. It is given as a specific. It is not a installable software, and it is given as specific. And JES specification contains rules and guidelines to develop web server and application server software like WebLogic and Tomcat. Which one? J2E specification contains rules and guidelines to develop web server and application server software like WebLogic, Tomcat server, WebLogic and Tomcat server, etc. So working with J2E model nothing but working with one or other web server or application server to develop for which one? To develop for web application. So JTME, J2E is nothing but working with WebLogic or working with Tomcat is nothing but working with J2E. So J2E is a enterprise application. J2E is a enterprise application. It is not an installable software. It is a given as a specification. This is given as a specification. In J2EE, we are getting like JSP, servlets, and EJB. Other things are also coming. So these are all which one J2EE specification. Working with Tomcat, WebLogic, or other J2EE servers, application servers. Working with other J2EE web or application servers is nothing but working with J2EE. Okay, working with J2EE. So in this model, web applications, and we are going to develop for which one? Web applications for websites and distributed applications, enterprise applications, and entire applications. So using J2E, what are the applications we are developing? We are developing for which one? Web application and which one? Web applications and distributed applications. Distributed application and which one? Enterprise application, and next one is what? Entire application. So J2E, we are going to work with entire application. Okay. So these are, so while working with Tomcat server or WebLogic server or one or other web server or application server is nothing but working with J2E applications. So J2E application, here we are going to discussing about multiple architecture in J2E applications. So in this one we are going to discussing about client architecture and client server architecture. So many things we have to discuss. So these things we are discussing in JSP and servlet concepts. Okay, and when come to the JE and JME, when come to the JME, so Java ME means which one? Java mobile or which one? Mobile or micro application. Java mobile or micro application. Okay, in this one, okay, a Java mobile or micro application. So in this one, yeah, earlier we are using for JME, so for developing for mobile applications. So nowadays we are using for Android. So Android technology. This is the Java-based technology to develop for web application, which are mobile applications. JME models they given for which one? Mobile or micro application. JME model they given for mobile or micro applications. So that is the things we are using. And here we are going to see about application programming interface. So application programming interface. So welcome to the Java APIs. AWT API, Reflection API, JDBC API, Utility API, like that some APIs are there. API is nothing but which one? Application programming interface. Okay, application programming interface. So here we have different interfaces, Java APIs. Okay, what are the Java APIs? AWT API and reflection API, and which one? JDBC API and utility API. Like that some APIs are there. So to working with JDBC, AWT and utility API is nothing but working with J2E applications and working with JSC applications. So in this advanced Java concepts, we are going to discussing about JDBC, servlets and JSP concepts to working with which one? To working with Java API. So, but here while working with JDBC and next one is what? As JSP and servlets, we require some background preparation. What are the background preparation? Static block. What do you mean by static block? And what do you mean by constructor? Okay, what do you mean by constructor? Okay, how to create for object? How to create for object? Okay, how to access classes. Okay, what are the ways to access classes? And next one, what is the interface? Okay, what is interface? So these things we require because in to access for objects we have different kind of approaches are there. To access for class or object we have different approaches. So based on the different approaches we are going to access for JDBC, servlets and JSP because JDBC is a vendor specification and servlet and JSPs are the Sun Microsoft system specifications. To access for these technologies we are depend on one or other dependent source called jar file. Dependent source called jar file. So we are dependent on one or other dependent source called jar files. So we require for this one. So how to access these things and where to access these things and when to access these things we'll see for tomorrow classes. Okay. Up to now, do you have any queries, guys?
Sir,
Yeah.
uh, why we need the static block constructor? How to create object?
Yeah. Because just why I'm saying,
No, if you
JD,
write what there, then
no. The thing is JDBC and which one? Servlets and JSPs are specification. There we are dependent on some classes. We are not developing those classes. So how to access for jar file? Because the thing is if you are downloading any movie or any video file it is downloaded as a which one it is downloaded as a one or other compressed file or not maybe
yeah,
a
zip
zip or
files.
rar file.
Yeah,
Similarly we have JDBC serverless JSPs come as a jar file means it is one kind of compressed file. In that one so many classes are there. In that one so many classes so many interfaces and constructors are there. To access for classes constructor in Java, which way we are going to access through object or not?
yeah,
So through object we are accessing. So in this one to access for object there are different ways are there. So we are going to see for those ways tomorrow and at the same time static block and constructor also we are going to see as a practical tomorrow because so static block and constructor ruling like anything in JDBC. Why we are discussing this one static block constructor? Because when the load the application when you are loading the class static blocks are directly installable. To access for static blocks not required for object. Those things we are going to discuss practical proof and which one programmatic proof for tomorrow's class because to discuss about static block minimum we require for 1 hour and constructor and class objects. So that's why I
yeah.
said tomorrow because today time is not sufficient to discuss all the things.
Okay,
Okay?
okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And anyone else got doubts? Anyone have any queries? And tomorrow we are discussing about more and more about JD to access for JDBC and servlets and JSP. What are the things we require? Those things we are discussed tomorrow. Okay? Thank you.
Okay.